almost didn't make that jump, which would have hurt something terrible in a permanent kind of way. God damn it. I messed my shine all up. And ain't no people trying to jump these trains. I don't know why they just won't slow them down. And hell, I'd be willing to buy a ticket if they were free. Nah, they force a gentleman to use these Philistine tactics and don't even make it easy for him to do it. I used to have to take the rails to get to a show before William decided to up and well, first off, my name Abel. Abel Green. Damn glad to meet you. Sorry if I scared you when I jumped on here. Perhaps you've heard of me or us, rather. No? Really? Oh, okay. Nah, I know why. You don't recognize me without my face on. Hold on. That's me and William Benson. Oh. Come on now. Come on now, William Benson, the great colored actor, comedian, minstrel. But damn, you heard of Burt Williams, right? The song Nobody? Yeah, well, think Burt Williams with a whole lot less money and a more complex kind of funny. Yeah, and I was his partner. We were Captain Davenport's minstrel troupe, featuring two willing and able bona fide darkies. William came up with that, the bona fide part. Yeah, that's how we competed against all them white minstrels in blackface. You know, that's where our pitch came from, which was, why hire fake coons when you can hire real ones? Now, when these boys wipe the black off, the black's still there. Look, William Benson, he had more sense than a little bit and made a bundle of money making people think he ain't had none at all. Oh, yes, Lord, things were real sweet when William was around. You know, but life has changed. And the thing is, sometimes you make a change and sometimes the change make you. You know, all the biggest changes in my life, either William was around for him when I made him or he was a part of. You know, he was the one that brought me into the show business, you know, the getting paid side of it. Shit, you know, all actors are, you know, all Negroes rather are actors by necessity. The script is passed down generation to generation, and the Negroes that know their lines tend to live longer than the Negroes that don't, generally speaking, as it pertains to dealing with white folks. As far as dealing with other Negroes, well, you know, memorization won't help. Negroes be changing on the daily. And William, he was privy to one of my best performances. You know, performed in front of an all-Negro audience outside of a liquor house where an angry husband held a straight razor but inches away from my Adam's apple. Now, when William saw how I was able to convince said individual that the black ashy bottom he saw climbing out of his bedroom window did not belong to one Abel Green, rather some other dirty, derelict defiler of his lady love, well, William hired me on the spot. We hit the road the next day, made money making folk laugh all across this nation. You know, NAACP didn't think we were very funny, though. A lot of black newspapers didn't appreciate our brand of humor either. Now, I keep this article from the New Negro Gazette. It said, the Negro performing in blackface, dancing and singing like a bumbling fool in front of whites betrays the advancement of the entire race. J.A. Sutter, publisher. I read that to William. He got real quiet. Right before the thunderstorm type of quiet. Then came the boom. The atrocity of this Negro. Are we not the race? Is our skin not black? I am a colored actor doing the best I can, trying to make a living the best I can, and for that they call me Judas. I say with the utmost certainty that neither you nor I have caused a single crucifixion, Abel Green, while these Romans crucify us on the editorial page every chance that avails them. Bastards. You know, William always used too many words for the point he was making. And still, he was the smartest man I ever knew, white or colored. You know, look, I'm going to tell you a little secret. All them big shows we did, them white folks still don't know that Captain Davenport was really William Benson. Yeah. Hey, they ever realized they paid a couple of coons that much money? Some of them dropped dead on the spot. No, I'm going to tell you how we did it. William had this cousin in New Orleans named Alonzo Price who could pass for white. So he would pose as Captain Davenport for a small cut of the money, get to town a week before us, book the show, we'd come and perform. Huh? I'm telling you, it was beautiful. Look, that boy William, he always had a plan. You know, he knew everything. He read everything. He'd get drunk, spend the night reciting Shakespeare. Yeah, he would. He knew the complete works, except for Othello. Yeah, he refused to commit that one to memory. He said Othello was nothing but a minstrel show without the punchlines. You know, the only weakness he had was for, shall we say, ladies of the night. Now, I know you might think I'm wrong for saying that, but where I come from, if you go tell a man's business, then you tell all of it. It wasn't that William couldn't get a regular woman. It's just with the times being what they were and the money we were making, hell, still are. You know, a man with $1 or two didn't have to go to a house of ill repute to find a lady friend. I asked William why he liked prostitutes so much. He said because they were master actors. He said they knew the secret to managing vacancy and he wanted to learn it. I ain't know what he meant by that at the time, but I damn sure understood after Jefferson. Jefferson was one of those life-changing moments like I mentioned earlier. It's the reason William ain't going on this gig with me. It's the reason why I got less money in my pocket. It's the reason why I wake up some nights sweating, which turns into shaking and crying. It's the reason why I sleep with a bottle of whiskey on my night table and a pistol underneath my pillow. You hear me? I wanted to drive into town. Damn, some walking. And Jefferson was about 3 miles or more from the Colored Hotel. And we had us this brand new Ford pack and couldn't even drive because Alonzo had gotten sick. And as William put it, it makes no sense to step in some shit you can step around. 2 colored fellas driving that brand new Ford. So we walked. It was hotter than fish grease that day. It wasn't even noon yet, but the air was thick enough to cut like cake. So we cut across this field, and we smelled the body before we saw anything. It was a sweet stench like burnt pork. And once we made it down to the small dip at the end of the field, we saw the tree at the edge of the wood where the body hung. I ain't want to go towards it, but it drew Will in like he was hypnotized. I followed behind him, and it's hard to believe what we was looking at was once human, once a man. Parts of him was missing. His lips, his ears, his nose. Even his private parts. I turned my back and vomited, but Will, he just kept staring. There were beer bottles and peanut hulls and cigarette butts everywhere. Some of them even had lipstick on them. And William, he looked down and saw this little girl's doll. This little rag doll with hay-colored hair. Somebody had brought their little daughter to watch that man burn. They bought it like they were taking it to the county fair to watch the apple bottom contest or something. Anyway, when William looked down and saw that doll, noise came out of him I ain't never heard come out of any human being. I mean, he started cussing, throwing bottles in the trees. I had to put my hand over his mouth, drag his ass out of there before we ended up swinging in the wind like the poor fellow above us. Later that night, we made it to Jefferson, and damn right we performed. What we was supposed to do? We'll take the night off because we was upset. Or we were supposed to run and tell the sheriff. Nah, buddy. We did what we were supposed to do, and I tell you this, it was by far our best performance ever. The laughs came roaring in from a sea of faces that looked just like those faces that watched that man burn. And I smiled so hard in those faces, I thought my mouth was going to split from the stretching. I smiled even harder when I got paid. I smiled all the way to the dressing room, and I shut the door behind me, wanting to cry, but stage lights had dried out my damn eyes. Later that night, William looked at me and said he was done. He said, I can keep going if I wanted to, but if he kept going, he may never feel clean again. Hit me like a brick. Like I said before, William's the one that brought me into this here show business. So I asked him if he thought he was better than me. If he thought he was a bigger man than me because he can walk away from all of it. The show business, the money, the ability to not have to live like a nigga, even if he had to play one on stage to be able to do it. He said he wasn't better than me. He was just more tired. I called him a coward. He walked out the dressing room. I ain't seen him ever since. I heard he drank himself to death with one of those ladies of the evening. Me, I have nightmares. And those calamities of the dreamscape, it's me burning, hanging from that rope. And still, the devils that done that, they mind ain't gonna change one way or the other about Negroes because I stopped blackening up. Yeah, so I keep dancing and smiling, and they pay me for that. You know, good money too. You know, what they don't pay me for is what I'm thinking behind all this smiling. That's all mine and none of their damn business, which is good for both parties, because if they really knew what I was thinking behind all this smiling, well, let's just say I probably wind up in the same predicament as that fella near Jefferson. So, you know, I take my instructions from the great Negro poet, Paul Laurence Dunbar, and I wear the mask that grins and lies, hides my cheeks and shades my eyes, and let them bastards dream otherwise. You know, because the reality is just this. As my good brother William used to sing so beautifully, he say, when life is full of clouds and rain, and I am filled with naught but pain, who soothes my thumping, bumping brain? Nobody. When winter comes with snow and sleet, and me with hunger and cold feet, who says, here's 2 bits, go and eat? Nobody. I ain't ever got nothing from nobody, no time, until I get something from somebody sometime. I don't intend to do nothing for nobody, no time. I miss my friend. It's hard being nobody all by yourself. That's probably why I talk about Will all the time. I'm scared, I admit it. What happens if I get tired like he did? You know what happened? What happens when I feel like I can't get clean no more? Shit. I'd probably use the 38 underneath my pillow rather than the bottle like Will did. Cause, you know, I ain't got nothing but this here. You know, this song, this dance, this jig show. and the next one, some miles up this here track, Lunsford County, Dixieland Theater to be exact, 8:30 this p.m. Either I'll see you there or I won't. You know, either way, I got to be about the business of my preparation. So if you don't mind, excuse me. Shit. Yeah, you ain't never seen a Negro black up before, have you? The end. Oh, my pretty baby back there clapping, y'all. My pretty baby back there clapping. Oh, man. What a journey. Yeah, that was the first incarnation of Abel Green, the Minstrel, set in the 1910s on a boxcar train. Thank y'all so much for going on that journey with me right there. That's by far one of my favorite incarnations out of the 5. I've been performing that one the longest. Started it in North Carolina, New York, all the great things. So, yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed that. What we're going to do now is see if my good brother Howard Kraft is here. And I'm going to pull him on to go live with me.
You need some water?
Yeah, I'll take a little bottle of water. Thank you, pretty baby. H. Crab, where my boy at? I'm going to find Howard Kraft, an amazing playwright. Yeah, black brother, North Carolina. Incredible playwright, but also a professor at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. Just incredible artist, man. He's a true gem, in my opinion. I feel like his work needs to be shown all across the world. Howard, I sent you an invite. If you're on here, brother, click that link or click that notification and join me here. If you can't join me from yours, join me from Renee's. So we're gonna make that happen. But yeah, shout out to Howard L. Kraft, the incredible playwright who wrote this incredible play and who has also adapted it into a film, which is really dope. The film is not a one-man show, but the play obviously is still ready to be produced anywhere and everywhere. So I think his plays needs to be on all shelves and also need to be running right now in New York or running somewhere here in LA. Geffen Playhouse, y'all holler at us. I'm gonna try to get Howard one more time, and if I can't get him from his, then I'm gonna get him from his wife Renee. I sent you an invite again, Howard. If you on here, come join us, brother. Also, shout out to my good brother Joseph Meagle, amazing director who's been with me on this journey. We had a rehearsal earlier today. He helped me go through this piece and to prepare for y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous in the motherfucker. I haven't performed it in a long time, excuse my French. And so to do it in front of an audience here, it means a lot to me to be able to share this with you all. So yeah, let's keep it going. Let's go out and support theater while we're on this strike. Go support your actors who are in stage plays, and let's get back to the roots, you know, until we can get back to that other thing. Howard, all right, if I can't find you from yours, I'm gonna invite you from, where do you say, Kraft is here? Okay, Howard, where you at, dog? I sent you the invite. If you can't see it, I'm gonna invite you from Renee's. Oh, it says Howard is unable to join. All right, hold on. Let me see Renee Kraft real quick. I know I saw her in here as well. There she go. Renee, I just sent you the invite. We can just join from yours if you want to join it. If you're sitting beside Howard, have him hop on your Instagram. But how y'all feeling? There's so many comments. I wish I can read all of them. I am going to post this up on my Instagram here in a few. So it'll be on Instagram. You'll be able to go check it out on YouTube as well. We'll throw it up on there. But yeah, if you missed it, I'm sorry. That's a tough one. It's hard to do back to back. So but maybe we'll run it back one more time. But also, you'll just be able to go and check it out on the Instagram once I post it from here. So I'm giving my good brother Howard a few more. He ain't really tech savvy, man. He's staying in his own little cabin when it comes to this thing. Renee, I sent you an invite as well. If you're on here, check it out. See if you can hop on live or send me an invite. Ask me to go live. Okay, so she's unable to join too. All right, unfortunately, I don't think my guy Howard is going to be able to join me, but we'll have him come on another time. We'll set up a proper meet and greet so y'all can meet Howard L. Craft, the amazing playwright behind what you just saw here this evening, this afternoon. Thank you for tuning in, y'all. Like, for real. I really appreciate y'all tapping in. I was trying not to look at the screen as much. I was looking right over the top of it because I didn't want to be distracted, obviously, by seeing myself or seeing the comments. But thank you for everyone who showed love. Sorry we couldn't get Howard Craft on here, but yeah, I've done a lot of talking, just did a lot of little crying. I hope y'all enjoyed that. If you didn't catch it here, we're gonna run it back on Instagram. I'll throw it on my Instagram. But much love to y'all. Thank you for tuning in. I ain't want to capture too much of your time. Any comments, questions, all the things, just drop them on the page. And yeah, keep supporting. I appreciate y'all. And we're going to get Howard Craft on here at some point. Let me see. Invictus, she just, oh, there she go. Let me see. Let me see, y'all. Let me see. She coming. They coming. There they go. There you go.
Hey, what it do? What it do?
What it do? What's up, my dog?
Hey, man, what it is, man? You know, I was a little slow on the technology, bro, but fabulous job as per usual, man. Fam, you did your thing.
Thank you, brother. Has it grown in the past since the last time you seen it? You feel like?
Yeah, man. I like you know, some of the choices that you made. Definitely the singing, bro. You took it up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I like the choices. And like I said, you know, when we did this, man, you were what? That was 10 years ago.
10 years.
Right? So
the first time
part of the challenge when we were talking about it was, you know, I was like, man, what you gonna pull from? You know, where's the age to be able to but you did it then, right? Yeah. And then now you are the age of Abel. And so, you know, it's all right there, man. So it was awesome, man. I love to see what you're doing, love to see you grow. And glad that you know, you're still doing this work, man.
Well, brother, first of all, I got to give you your flowers, man. I wouldn't be in this position, I don't think, as an artist, period, if it wasn't for you and the leadership that you and Joseph showed early in my career, put me in a position to do multiple of your plays, but then Freight just being one of those ones that we was able to take pretty far all the way to this moment now, man. So just a pleasure to have you join me on here. You all, this is Howard L. Craft. I brag about him all the time. I've talked about him in so many different rooms at this point. And so do me a favor, y'all reach out to me, hit me so we can make sure that this play is produced all over the country, especially in New York. It needs to be on shelves. It needs to be published. And of course, I would love to do another Broadway run in New York, or, you know, we make it happen out here in LA at the Geffen Playhouse. Yeah. But Howard, I just want to ask you a question. I know that, tell people like what the first incarnation you were commissioned and how that happened.
Yeah, this is really an amazing story, and you deserve a lot of credit, you and Joseph, man, because this started as a 10-minute play for a little gig I had at a museum on campus of UNC, where we were to go in and to pick a painting and then develop a monologue for the painting or a short play, and then patrons would come through the museum, you know, it was a fundraiser, that kind of thing. And I had actually written it for one of my good friends, an actor by the name of Mike Wiley, but he couldn't do it. But me and Fonz had been working together, and Fonz was like, man, let me get at that piece. Let me get at that piece. So I was like, man, this brother's hungry. So, you know, we're just going to do what it do, or we're just going to do the piece. And you blew us away, right? But we weren't surprised because we've been working, you know, together before that, right?
Right.
So after that, you know, there was no other, you know, intention of doing anything with the piece. It was a 10 minutes, you know, I got my little check, I was done with it. And then you made the move to New York and called me and was like, look, man, you know, do you mind if I use this to audition? I think for an agent or management or something like that. Yeah. And I was like, sure, you know, do you, man, whatever this piece can do, do it. And then you hit me back like, yo, man, I got it. but they like this piece, man. They want 90 minutes.
Right.
So then 10 minutes in about 8 weeks had to become 90 minutes, right? And then we took it on a long journey with Joseph Meagle and Street Signs, and over a year developed it. They put up the money to get it to New York the first time. We got really good reviews, and then we were able to link up with New Federal. The Godfather Woody King put us on off Broadway for us. We got New York Critics Pick of the Week. 90 something on show score, so it was a success, man.
Yeah, bro.
And it means a lot to me because of how it all came together, and the fact that it can help you, propel yourself in your career, because it's just good. You know what I'm saying? North Carolina stand up, man. It's good to see you.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Doing what you do. A lot of people talk about it but can't be about it. So,
well, like I said, I wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for you and Joseph Meagle and so many other countless people who helped me on this journey, man. So just much love to you again, brother. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for showing your face. We gonna throw this up on the Instagram so people can run it back and check it out. And then, hopefully it becomes a larger conversation and you can see it on a larger stage and larger spaces and see all 5 incarnations. Seeing it all together is, this one incarnation is a journey itself, but seeing them all 5 together, tied together, you'll be blown away by Howard's words and hopefully moved by my performance as well. So thank y'all so much. We gonna get up out of here. Howard, much love to you, brother. I'm gonna tap in with you. Y'all tap in with us back here on Instagram in a minute. All right.
Take care, fam. Everybody.